Yes. Loping. Loping. I didn't know.
Hey guys, welcome back to
I hate it here. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the podcast, Handle It Better. My name is Brittany.
And I'm Jensen.
And welcome to the podcast where we sit down on the couch and we talk about random shit that nobody cares about and we give our opinion that nobody asked for.
Yeah?
Yeah. I did it.
You did it.
I did it.
You did it.
So,
as you take a sipsies.
take a little sipsies. What do you want to talk about today?
I have two things.
Okay.
One, I don't know when this is coming out. So, depending on...
4 weeks.
I don't know if it's going to be in time yet or not, but
Okay.
I don't really care. I just thought about this the other day.
Okay.
This is not a religious podcast.
Not at all.
But for a second we are going to be, but not really.
Okay.
And I want to talk about our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
Hang on, I gotta put my hair up for this. Hang on. Please hold.
Yeah.
You can start talking. I'll be
about
done
our
in a
Lord and Savior
second.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Because a homie died, right? For our sins.
Okay.
Respect.
Respect on one end.
But, like, he keeps moving his date. You think he did it for the bit? Like, when was the original date that he died? Because honestly, I think we should be going off of that and not, like, moving over by the moon cycles. Because that's fucked up for him.
I don't think it's... Is it the moon cycles?
It's the moon cycle that they do it based off
I
of.
thought it was just how many days
No,
from, like, one point.
But either way, why does it move every year? He died one day. Shouldn't that always be that day? Because, like, honestly, why does his date keep moving? It's one time it's in April.
Yeah.
Or in March. Next time it's in April.
Yeah.
Stick it to one day, babes.
Listen.
But also, do you think he did it for the bit? Because honestly, same. I would do it for a bit.
Do you think Jesus did it for a bit all the way back before bits were like a thing?
Maybe they call it something different.
They, instead of calling it a bit, they called it
A bite.
a bite. I just did it for a bite.
But, like, do you ever think about that? Like, why does homie's date keep moving?
I don't know. I think
Because his birthday is always the same.
Well, also, his birthday's always the same.
But why does his death keep moving?
I don't know.
Because he carried that
Maybe
cross
they just
in the desert for 40 days and 40
Yeah.
nights.
Maybe they just weren't paying attention to the date, and they were just like, "Oh, I guesstimate that it's like X amount of days from this, like from the moon," and all of a sudden they're like, "Works for us."
No, they should keep homie's death date to a certain day, and that's it. Because low key, kind of rude. They keep changing his date.
I mean, I don't know. I'm not them. I could not tell you. He threw me for a loop on that one. I was like, where's this going?
I saved it all day.
You saved it. We have been hanging out for like 5 hours now,
Yeah.
and you just whipped that out of nowhere.
No, I've been holding on to it for a couple of days.
Okay. Love that you... Honestly, love that you were taking the podcast so seriously that you thought about something for a couple days and were like, you know what? Let me save it for the podcast. Love that for you. Thank you so much for your contribution.
I mean, it's our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
Mm-hmm.
You have to think about him all the time. Love you, Jesus. Hallelujah. Love you, Jesus. Mwah.
Hallelujah.
We know the rights.
Love you, Jesus. Mwah. Love you, Jesus.
But am I wrong? You can tell me that I'm wrong? Am I wrong?
I guess not. I don't
They
really
keep
think
his
about
date.
it.
They moved his date too much. You gotta keep that date consistent, in my opinion.
I don't know. What if they chose our birthdays the way that they did Jesus's death date and like when he rose from the dead and stuff like that? What if they did that? Your birthday would change every single year.
But his birthday's the same.
Yeah, man.
I'm talking about his death date.
No, but I'm saying, what if they did it for your birthday?
How old was Jesus when he died? Was he 20-something or 30-something?
You're asking me questions. Probably 30s.
I want to say it's like 30-something, but I could be wrong. How old was Jesus when Jesus died?
Jesus.
It's right there, the top one.
Why is it the top 34?
33.
Between 33
33
and 34
34
years old.
Why is he estimated of death age as well? They gotta figure Jesus out.
Okay. Listen, we're in AD right now, okay?
Are we in AD?
We're in AD.
Oh, after
death.
After Jesus died.
After death.
After
yes,
death.
we're in AD. Before that,
It was BC.
BC.
Before Christ.
Before Christ. So, they didn't know how to do calendar dates back then. Okay. They went, the moon cycle is here, and you were born this day after, or this day of this month. Meanwhile, you died this day of this month, but
Maybe. Depending on what that moon is.
We don't know when you actually
There were
died.
horoscope releases back then.
Yeah, dude. There's always horoscope girlies.
Back during...
Mhm.
What was it called? While Jesus was alive. Because you got BC and AD. Current Jesus?
AB. After birth. Whoa. I'm so sorry I touched your toe.
My big toe.
I'm so sorry I touched your big toe. I almost gagged. It was like...
Good old ABs.
AAB.
The ABs got you real good.
Yeah, man. The thought of what that was, I was like, oh no. Wait.
We're all in our ABs though. Are we not?
Yeah. Technically, we're in our afterbirth. Yeah. I think that's just called living. After you're born, it's just living.
Living.
And then you die.
Love that. AD. After that.
80.
My food for thought on our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Love him.
Go off.
I'm just confused by his death date keeps changing.
It's not his death date.
It is his death date.
No, it's
when
the
he
day
died.
that he was risen.
Either
is
way-
what we celebrate.
Yeah, but we also... Good Friday, 3 days before he dies. Or the day he died.
You got me fucked up. You got me absolutely fucked up. What's your See? What is your second thing?
My second thing is... I think the universe wants me to get a second dog.
Let me hear it.
Because I go on my good old Facebook occasionally. And whenever I go on, there's like dogs up for like adoption. They're puppies. I don't really want another puppy.
Yeah.
But they keep popping up.
Okay.
I open it and there's like puppies, dogs up for
Yeah.
adoption. I'm like, the universe wants me to get one. And I hear the universe. I hear you. I see you.
I'm waiting for my parents to go away so I can get it.
I want one. But like,
Yeah.
the right one has to just show up.
Mm-hmm.
And the right one has yet to not show up. For me to be like, got it.
You know how the right one shows up? I send you the picture. I send you the picture, and that's gonna be the right one. When it starts popping up for me, that's when you know it's the right time.
I'm like, oh, but you talk about something while I try to find one.
Okay. So what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Remember how I was like, ooh, I'm gonna save that for the podcast.
Yeah. Right here, bam. Literally the third thing. Ready? 1, 2, third thing.
God. So
Am I wrong?
No.
The third
it
thing
was
that
the
pops.
third thing on your Facebook.
Another more puppies.
Go off, puppy. I think it's because the puppy bowl is coming up. You said that when we were in the car. You were like, "Oh, puppy bowl is like coming up."
Doesn't matter. They're still showing up.
Okay.
That was before puppy bowl.
Okay. So what I was gonna say
Yeah.
was this one that we're recording right now.
Yeah.
Our 8th one with visuals.
Okay.
Throughout our visual journey that we've had so far,
Yeah.
I've only worn 4 outfits.
I've worn like 2 because I wear the same sweater, the same sweaters over and over again.
Like Like, I was looking at it right before we started recording, and I'm like, I've worn this specific shirt. This is gonna be the third one now. And I'm like sitting there, and they only see from here up. So I'm like, it's going to look like I'm just not changing, and that we're recording all of this in like the same day and just releasing them. Like,
and I just change my sweater every once in a while.
You change your sweater every once in a while, and I'm just like, dude, like, oh, we recorded 4 in one day, and we're like cutting them together. So this one goes out, and then another one from a different day comes out, and then another one from a different day comes out, and then the one from the same day from the first one comes out. It's like, no, these are all different weeks. With like gaps in between, because sometimes we get busy and we don't have time to record. So I would like to preface that this is being recorded like months after.
This is being recorded on February 2nd.
This one's being recorded on February 2nd.
When it releases, who knows? But this is
probably
not February 2nd.
Probably like the end of February, early March is when this one's.
And you will see this shirt at least 3 more times. Until we get warmer weather.
Until we get warmer weather, you might be constantly seeing this. And then when we do have warmer weather, it's just going to be tank tops.
You'll see 4 different other shirts.
It's just going to be tank tops and short sleeve shirts. That's it. And it's going to be the same one over and over again.
It's okay. I wear the same 3 sweaters.
Mm.
What is that?
I don't know.
Love that for you.
Thank you.
That was in your drink.
Yeah, it was in my drink. I'm mad that we got our drinks at the same time. Made us both our drinks at the exact same time.
Someone was obviously more thirsty than others.
Thirsty.
She enjoyed the drink.
I enjoyed the drink that I made. Yes. So.
Yeah.
I had an accident this week.
Yeah.
You
did.
It hurt very bad.
Yeah, it did. I saw.
I fell at work. It was fine. I have a giant bruise now, and I can laugh about it, but it did hurt. Moral of the story.
Don't go in between ledges.
Don't be super confident in where your feet are. Because
always keep them guessing with those.
Always keep them guessing. Keep yourself guessing too, because it'll change your life.
For good or for bad, who knows?
We don't know yet, but it will definitely change your perspective on things. Like, I was helping somebody lift it was a metal plate. I want to say it was like 30 pounds. It was like 30, 40 pounds. And I'm like, truck driver's on one side, I'm on the other side. We're walking it into the truck. I'm helping him out. And I was like, ooh, let me readjust this way I can like get it where it needs to be. So I took a step like forward, and my leg, I misjudged where it was, went straight through the gap between the building and the truck. I didn't mind the gap. Like, you know, when you go to the train station, they're like, mind the gap.
Yeah,
we didn't have a sign. We didn't have a sign for it.
You didn't have a voice saying mind the gap.
I didn't have a voice saying mind the gap. There was no sign. I completely forgot.
To mind the gap.
Foot went straight through the gap. I fell. One leg caught me, and then I like caught myself on the ledge, almost smacked my head up on the ledge. And I got up, and I was like, ooh, that shit hurt. I finished helping the dude, and I walked back inside the building and went, yep, I'm just going to stay over here. I'm not moving from this spot right here. So, yeah, we have a decent bruise on our leg. It hurts. We're coping.
With an injury?
With an injury. I feel like a bruised peach or like a bruised apple. Like, you know, when you like see it, you're like, ugh, I don't know if that's still good. Like that. That's what I'm feeling right now on my leg.
A lot of bruises.
Yeah. I bruise so easily, dude.
I think everybody does.
But like, I don't know where half my bruises come from when I do bruise. And then like, if I do know where the bruise came from, it's because it was something stupid that happened that caused the bruise. And it's usually a pretty big bruise.
What if like it's kind of small? When I was looking at myself right now. Are you talking? I'm looking at my head. I'm like, I have a small head.
You're like, damn, my head and my shoulders different. I think it's because of the sweatshirt. It like brings you out a little bit.
I was like listening to everything you were saying. I looked at myself. I'm like, I have a small head.
You're like, I'm listening. I'm not judging. I'm judging myself. Actually, I got a small ass head.
I'm like, I know I'm like back, but still,
Yeah.
I think I got a small head when I look at myself.
Go off. I think it's funny that because you're leaning back, we look like I'm taller.
Honestly, good for you.
Thank
You need
you.
it.
I need the boost of confidence. I need to look taller sometimes.
I'll let you have it. I'll stay back while you look taller.
Thank you.
Well, and I'll have my small, and then I'll have a small.
If I lean back, then I'm just leaned back, man.
I think I have a small head.
I'm sorry. How does that make you feel?
Do I have a small head?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh. Okay.
I never realized until right now that I finally looked at myself visually. You saw nothing.
I tried to fix it. I was looking at it while you were talking about your small head, and I was like, damn. It kind of looks a little trashy.
It's because I have a small head now.
Now.
I realized it for the first time.
Well, you've been on your fitness journey.
Mm-hmm.
Where are we on our fitness journey?
What do you mean?
From where we started to where we are now. Where are we?
I hate it.
Why?
I just do now at this point.
Why?
I mean, it's fine. It's whatever.
Do you feel like you're just not progressing anymore?
No, I just feel like it's there.
You're like, it's just something to do at that point.
No, I don't mind it. I just a lot of me doing. Sweating. We're not here for that anymore. But a walking pad. A walking pad. It's like a treadmill but smaller. You can hide underneath a bed or desk. You gotta walk. It's too cold outside to walk.
Where is it?
In my house.
You bought it?
Yeah, dude.
How much?
It's like 100 and something.
For a walking pad?
Yeah. Small.
Walking pad? Is it loud?
Is
it loud like a treadmill?
Yeah, kind of. But like, it depends on how fast you go with it.
Okay.
What was that? You know, because like you go like hella slow, you can go like mine goes up to like 3 point something miles.
I was about to say, I was like, no shot. Are you going 6 miles an hour?
0.6. It starts up at like 0.6. And you can go up to like 3 or 4.
Right, but what I'm saying.
You think I was gonna go 6 miles?
Like
No.
6 miles an hour, like running on like this tiny
I don't
little
fucking
thing.
run.
That's what I was like.
I don't run.
What?
I don't run.
Honestly, my legs are short. 3 miles an hour, that's me running. I'm like at a fast paced jog at 3 miles an hour.
Brisk little walk.
Long lady walk with my arms doing this. Like,
no, you can put on a good old TV show while you're walking. I did 3 miles this morning. 90 minutes.
Okay. I'm just like,
you don't believe me? I'll show you.
No, I'm. You don't need to show me. We're good. I'm just walking pad.
Walking pad.
Okay.
3.25 this morning.
Okay.
Distance. Hour and a half.
Good for you.
With 14 seconds.
Where did you get your walking pad from?
Amazon. Fuck.
Is it like a smart walking pad or is it just a walking pad?
Just a walking pad. Little
Pad.
remote control that you have to turn it on with.
Remote control to turn on the walking
Yeah,
pad.
dude. Amazon.
Okay.
You everything else. You give Mr. Bezos the money.
Give Mr. Bezos the money. I'm hearing what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got that back in there. You want me to show you?
No, I got it. It's fine.
Hold on.
I don't
please
know why
hold.
it does this all the time. No, I got it.
Look.
Walking. I'm not looking at you.
Look.
I'm looking at it here.
Look at the lady.
Ooh.
Walking.
Yeah. Ooh. Walking.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, man.
Oh, good up to 4 miles. I'm so sorry.
4 miles. Jesus.
That's your full jog.
5-layer belt.
Oh, right now mine's on sale for $289. I got it cheaper for that.
$289.
I got mine cheaper though.
Shock absorbent belt adjustment. Why would you need to adjust the belt?
I don't know how any of that shit works.
What is this one? It comes with an app. Ooh, app.
Yeah, dude.
It's wireless. There's Bluetooth. What would you need Bluetooth for?
For the app.
Oh, for the workouts. I'm so sorry.
Oh, the workout?
Yeah. Look at workouts.
That's a lot.
Probably for like HIIT training and stuff like that, where it just speeds up automatically.
That's too much.
Just saying, there's an app for it. It vibrates. Ew.
Why would it have to vibrate?
I don't know. This is vibration. 4 adjustable modes. Goes up to 4 miles an hour for running. Walking. Up to 2.5 miles.
I go 2.4. Sometimes 2.6.
Vibration fitness machine.
That's too much.
Light vibration.
Why does it have
mode.
to vibrate?
Oh, they're like. For what though?
What, the vibration?
Yeah. Light vibration mode. For
Why is she-
meditation. Why is she sitting on it? This one, she's like doing straight squats on it. This
Why
one,
does she look like she's
she's
taking a
sitting
shit?
on a chair.
She's taking a shit.
She's sitting on a chair. Light superposition mode. Strong superposition mode.
No, she just falls standing.
Yeah. It's just, you know what this makes me think of? You know that thing from like back in the day where you put the belt and it like fucking jiggles you? That's what I'm thinking that is.
I think about like the power pose. You have to get confidence. You stand like that.
Ooh, power pose. No, what I'm thinking it is like the whole thing just rocks back and forth, and your butt cheeks and like the actual fat on you just goes
Jiggles.
Yeah, it just jiggles.
They
You're
jiggle,
like,
they jiggle the
okay.
fat out of you.
Yeah, they jiggle the fat out of you. That's the
You know
super
what
pose.
happens to those machines though? The ones that just made you jiggle for everything.
Honestly, I don't know. I'm
Bring-
sure they still have it.
Bring those back.
You just gotta find it. I'm
Bring
sure
it.
you could buy one.
Bring them back.
I'm just saying.
Honestly, I would want to go on one of those for funsies.
For funsies, let
You
me go on
wouldn't?
it.
Just see what happened.
I would maybe want to experience it once in my life.
I want to go on and see what happens. For fun.
I want to see how much of my fat jiggles.
Maybe it can make your ass.
Patty, at this point, I need you to stop listening.
No, it was beforehand.
No,
You gotta cut that little bit out right there and put it in the forward of this.
Patty,
For like 5 seconds.
Patty, can you just plug your ears
For like 30 seconds.
for like 30 seconds, and then I'll go like that for you to like take your fingers out of your ears. Did I tell you about the time I was working at the haunt and I went around a corner too fast?
Your butt cheeks.
I was wearing like compression shorts and they rode up so much that it was like underneath of my costume, full ass cheeks out. It was like I was wearing I was like running after somebody and I turned a corner and started running after them and all you hear is a I was like I just turned around and walked away. I was like, I can't do this right now. The whole thing just went
Your ass cheeks clapped.
it was one loud like smack. And I just went like turned around and walked away. Okay. Patty, whoop. There you go. Yeah.
Honestly, good for you.
Thank you.
But I want to see if that would happen for me.
You just need compression shorts.
No, on that machine.
Oh. Never mind.
Why
Yeah.
not?
I mean, I guess.
You gotta live once to do something.
Had I?
You don't want to see if it could happen again?
No, I don't want it to happen again. It scared me when it happened.
Well, you weren't expecting it. This one you're expecting it to happen.
I'm done with this. I'm done with the conversation.
I think it'd be a fun experience. We should do it together.
No. No.
Why not?
Because you can do it on your own.
No, it'd be a
And
fun
then you tell me.
it'd be a fun experience for the both of us.
It would not.
Yeah,
It would not.
it would.
Why?
We're besties.
Okay.
That's all I need.
Women.
Yeah.
Best friends.
Exactly. You see, you get it.
No.
Yeah, we should.
No.
I'll find a place.
No.
And see if it can happen again.
No.
For you and for me the first time.
No.
I'll get on it.
No.
I'll get on it after this.
Okay, you get on it. I will be there to morally
No, you're getting on it too.
support
with me.
you.
We're doing it together.
I'm there to emotionally support
We'll do it
you.
together.
I will be your emotionally support best friend,
No, we gotta do it
and I will be
together.
there.
Let's see if it happens with both of us.
I will be there to support my best friend emotionally. I am not doing it.
Wait, can I say something else that's not about this?
Okay. Please change the topic. Please. Golf, make my day. Change the topic.
It's nothing but
Mm.
it's nothing anything better. But I was thinking about this the other day too. You know when you go to a spa place, I don't go to these, but
Me neither.
you used to.
I used to was.
You
Go
used,
for it.
you used to study about this. I never did.
Okay. Okay.
You did.
Mhm.
When you
When you
stop off and then I say when you would go to a spa place and then they would do like your feet shit. That takes a lot of courage to clean somebody else's feet. And like if there's something nasty on there and not make a reaction.
Mm.
Cause full on, if I was there, I would like if I saw something nasty, they'd be like, huh? And I'm like, I don't think I could keep a straight face. Those people have to have a straight face or wear a mask because like, they can't show no emotion.
Mm-hmm.
I see a blister on there. I was like, nope, I don't want it. I'm like, next.
So, on that, I was a hairdresser for like 3 years.
Yeah.
I went to school for it for 4. People are gross.
Yeah, dude.
On having to keep a straight face and not make like it known that there's something wrong.
Yeah.
One of the hardest things about being a hairdresser is when people, specifically elderly people, come in. They can't take care of themselves the way that a normal person would take care of themselves. Because they're old, they need help. I have had so many older people come in and sit at my chair, and even like old men, you know, they have shorter hair. Most of them get like buzz cuts or like super close to scalp trims and stuff like that. There's a smell. And it is one of the worst. Like, have you ever smelt the back of an earring?
Yeah.
That, but the whole head. There was one time, and I felt so bad about this, but like, it's on the same note of like you can't make that person feel bad. Like you don't want to make them feel bad about it. So this old man, he had like super bad dandruff where it was like sticking to his head. And I was like combing through it and it was getting all over my combs. It was getting all over my hands. And it was that back of the earring smell permeating the air. And I'm like sitting there like trying not to like lose my composure. I'm like trying to sit there, take a deep breath. And I'm just like, okay, like not too deep of a breath. I'm like mouth breathing at one point because I was like, I just want to get through this. And my coworker at the time who was working across from me was working.
Smells it.
No, she was busy like doing somebody else's hair.
No one of them smell it.
And no, thank
Nobody
God,
smelt it.
nobody smelt it.
Nobody walked
But
by.
no, but it was
Damn.
like the phone rang, and she was like, "Oh, Britt, can you like pick it up?" And I looked at her with almost tears in my eyes, and I'm like, "Seriously?" And she was like, "Yeah, I'm so sorry. Like, I'm busy right now." And I'm like, "So am I." But yeah, sure, whatever. So I like excused myself from the guy. I like walked over to the phone, and I'm like sitting there, and I'm like, "Okay, I'm away from the smell." I take a deep breath. I grab the phone, put it up to my face. My hands smell like it now. So I'm on the phone with this person, like talking to them. And I'm like hyperventilating because it was just the smell. And I'm like, yeah, okay, no, we'll set you up an appointment, you know, blah, blah, blah. And I go to hang up and I gagged. And I had like tears running down my face. And I'm just like, oh my God. So I like grab my shirt, wipe my face, put everything in the computer, walk back to the dude, try not to gag again because it's like now I'm back in the smell again. And it's like I finished cutting his hair and I'm like, and it's like before I cut his hair and after I cut his hair, I asked him if he wanted his hair washed. And he said no both times. And it's like you can't sit there and be like,
you sure?
You sure? Like I think you need one. You know, you can't be like that. So I'm just like, oh, like, you know, well, because at the salon that I worked at, we did everything a la carte. So we charged you for every little thing that you're doing. Told him, I was like, it'll be on the house. Like, you know, we'll get you washed up. We'll get your hair finished up. We'll like make sure it's dry before you leave. Like, you know, I tried so hard to sell him on getting his hair washed, and he was just like, no, I'm good. And I'm just like, okay. So it's like I finished up his hair, and I'm just like, are you sure you don't want me to wash it? Like I said, it'll be on the house. You don't have to worry about anything. Like, you know, I'll just wash it for you for free. We'll get you dried up. Everything will be fine. He's like, no, I'm okay. And I'm just like, okay, cool. So he pays. The second he leaves his door, I take my cape, put it in the laundry, take the comb that I was using, throw that in disinfectant.
Sorry.
I'm like washing my hands. I'm like wiping down my scissors, all this stuff. And I literally looked at my coworker and she was like, that bad? And I was like, dude, you have no idea. I was like, I need to go outside and get fresh air. Like I sprayed my entire chair down. Literally, I sprayed my chair down with like disinfectant and stuff like that. Walked outside. I was outside for 30 minutes trying to like reset my day. They can't help it. And I know they can't help it. It's just how things go when you're older. It's so bad. And it's like you don't want to make them feel bad about it or like feel pressured about something. So I'm just like, okay, you know, blah, blah, blah. The worst though is when somebody has lice. Because they train you that you can't make a big deal about it. So it's like you're like combing through somebody's hair. Sometimes you see them. And other times you just see like the eggs or like the poop and stuff. And you're just like sitting there.
Poop in your hair?
Sometimes, yeah. So it's like I'm like sitting there, and it's like I remember it was me and like a couple of my coworkers. We've had to deal with it a couple times where it's like,
Is it just like little kids or can anybody get them?
No, anybody could get them. Yeah, anybody could get them. It doesn't matter how clean you are. If somebody like borrows your hat, or if somebody like is like sleeping on the same pillow that you slept on, or even clothes. Like somebody was trying on a shirt and then you try on a shirt and stuff like that, you can end up getting them. And then like, even if you're like super clean, you take a shower all the time and stuff like that, like they like that fresh scalp. They like clean scalp. They like dirty scalp. So it's like,
so what the fuck do you do to make them not come to you? They like them both.
Stay away from people with lice.
The day after hair they don't like?
They like day after hair too.
What the fuck?
It's just one of those things. Like lice are lice. Like you do the treatment, you get them out and stuff like that. You wash everything and everything like that. But it's like when you're getting a haircut or you're doing a haircut.
What if they get mid haircut and you see a lice?
Usually
You're like mid-cut, there's a lice right there. Like,
usually you would catch it before you even started cutting. Because you're not even supposed to cut hair that has lice in it. So it's like usually when you're like, you know, when you sit down and they're like kind of running their fingers through your hair and they're like, okay, so what are we doing today? Kind of thing.
That's where you see a lice.
That's usually when you would catch lice. So
I said a lice. Just one.
A lice. Yeah, just a single lice.
Just one lice, you'll see.
That's usually when you'll see if somebody has lice, is when you're doing that. So it's like I was doing that. This one girl, I felt awful because it was like, you know, it was her and her brother. They're side by side in chairs. I was doing one, my coworker's doing one. And it's like, you know, we're sitting there looking, and it's like, I'm like, her hair's a little knotty, so I'm just like, okay, like I'm like combing through it and stuff. And I like saw like the eggs, and I'm just like, a lice. So I saw a lice. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, all right. So I like walk over to my coworker who's right next to me, and I'm like, hey, can you just double check something for me? Usually that's all you need to say. This is all you need to say to your coworker for them to like know, like,
have a lice.
We might have a lice. So she was like, oh yeah, sure. She walks over and she's like,
so she saw a lice.
she saw a lice. And she kind of like looks and is like, yeah. All of a sudden the mom walks over because now there's two hairstylists standing at her daughter.
And she saw that she had a lice.
And she's like, what's going on?
She got a lice.
And it's like, all right, you know, you have to figure out how to do this in the most like.
Babes, she has a lice.
your kid has a lice. So you want to do this in the most professional way possible.
I go like that, babes. You
Yeah,
got a lice.
you really want to try to be it in the most like do it the most professional way possible and like not freak anybody out. Because like we also have people waiting in the waiting area that are like sitting there and like waiting. So
and
it's
you don't
like
want them to get a lice either.
Yeah, you don't want them to get a lice, but you also don't want them to be like, oh my god, there's lice in this salon. So it's like you literally have to like pull the parent aside.
You write like on a napkin, you slide it over.
A lice. No, we just go, do you mind if we talk to you for a second? And she's like, okay. So it's like we kind of
it's like your doctor's office.
take a step back from the kid, and I'm just like, listen, unfortunately, like
she got a lice.
she does have lice.
A lice.
A lice. I'm gonna punch you in the throat. This is serious. But it's like you just go, listen, like unfortunately it does look like your child has lice, and you know, by law, or not really by law, but like sanitation wise and stuff like that, I'm not allowed to cut your kid's hair
because she got a lice.
If you want, like, you can go to the store and pick up one of the lice treatments and you do it, and you know, you take care of it tonight, and tomorrow morning, if everything looks good, like make sure you wash everything before they go to bed. If it looks okay tomorrow, you can come in and we'll give you the haircut tomorrow. Like in a week. Like you want to try to handle it as much like as professional as possible. And it's like I had this one mom, I had to do it too. It was like, you know, I was just like, I kind of looked at the mom and I was like, can I just talk to you over here for a second? She like walks over, she's like, what? And I was like,
just like that, what?
Yeah, like literally, she's like, what? Because it was like one of those things where it was like, I think it was close to like either a holiday or like picture day at school or something.
And she got outlays.
She
I got mad at me there for a second.
Yeah, he's like, stop. So,
but she had a lice.
She was just like, she's like, what? And I was just like,
your kid got a lice.
I was like, I'm really sorry. And she's like, what do you mean? And I was like, unfortunately, your kid does appear to have lice. And she was like, what? And I was like, yeah.
Yeah, babes. She got lice.
And she's like, how? I'm like, I don't know how your kid got lice. Like, I'm just informing you that like your kid does have lice. And she's like, okay. And I was like, and
So get the fuck out.
So that means like, unfortunately, I can't cut their hair. Why not?
She got lice.
I'm like, sanitation reasons and like just rules in general. I'm not allowed to cut hair that it has lice.
Has a lice.
Because, like, if I do and it gets on things, like, it could potentially infect another client. Like, I just can't do it. She's like, what am I going to do then? And I'm like,
treat it.
We're right down the plaza from a grocery store. I was like, you can go pick up, like, a lice treatment and stuff like that. And, like, take care of it at home, but unfortunately, like, I can't do anything. She's like, well, if I get the lice treatment, she's like, at this point, she's just talking, and I'm like, just stop talking for a second.
Like, Carol, shut up.
Right? I'm like, don't say it that loud. Like, I'm trying to be respectful, and she's like, well, if I get the lice treatment, does that mean that I can come back here and you can do it? And I was like, no, like, that's something that you have to handle at home. Like, I can't do it here. She's like, well, you know, we made an appointment. And I'm like, I understand you made an appointment,
yes.
but I can't do anything right now. Like, this is out of my hands. Like, I can't have you in here. And she's like, she goes, okay. And then she like turns to get ready to tell her kid, like, we gotta go. And then she realized that she had a second kid. And she goes, well, this one doesn't have lice. Can you cut their hair instead? And I was like, I mean, yeah, we would have to check, but I can't really deny you a service if like this one doesn't have it and you already have the appointment. And she goes, okay. So she walks over.
She's like, Steven, go.
Like, rips the cape off of the kid that was already in the chair, and the kid's like freaking out at this point. She's like, what's going on? And the mom's like, you have lice. And I was like, oh my God. And she's just like, she goes, so you're not getting a haircut today. We have to handle this. And then she like calls her son over and she goes, sit down. They're going to check you. And if you don't have it, then you're going to get a haircut. Meanwhile, the other kid is like mortified, crying hysterically. And she's like, what am I going to do? And I'm like, sweetie, like, it's okay.
Like, Sarah, you're good. We'll take care of it.
And she's like crying and stuff like that. And it's like, we checked the son. He doesn't have it. So we cut the son's hair. And meanwhile, the daughter was like sent outside to wait. Like, I felt so bad. Like, the mom like walked out with the daughter.
That poor little Sarah.
So they're like outside while the son's getting the haircut. And he's like, can I go like get money from my mom to like pay for it? And I was like, yeah, that's fine. So he like walks out front and he's like, Mom, I'm done. She goes, oh, finally. And like comes back inside, pays for it. And it's like, so what do I need? And I was like, it's just, if you go to the grocery store, I was like, you just look for something that says this.
Salads wouldn't have it?
Huh?
Salads wouldn't have it?
No.
Fuck me.
No. No, because it's more of like a pharmacy thing. Because it's like medicine that you're like putting in on your scalp. But it's
the
like
hair shit, I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
I don't go to school.
But it's like there's sometimes you try to be like so respectful about it, and it's like they just don't take it. So it's like when it comes to going to a salon or like a spa, and it's like with the feet thing, I could never. I was gagging over somebody's scalp that smelled like the back of an earring. I can't imagine like somebody's BO like fungi nail.
Also,
I couldn't.
Do you ever think about how your little toe barely has a nail? Because that thing got like a whisper.
Are you talking about my specific toenail?
No, anybody.
Okay. No, there are some people that actually do have decent toenails on their
On the little toe?
little toes. Yeah.
I think I got
I have like a non-existent.
I have like a
especially when I cut it. It's like a sliver.
It's like a whisper.
It's like an eyelash. Like, I feel bad going into like nail salons. I haven't done it in like 5 years. But it's like I used to go get my nails done. I used to feel so bad because it's like I just have like an eyelash for like a little baby toenail. So it's like they're like fully like painting my toenails, and then they get to that one and it's just a dot.
It's like, do we even do anything? There's nothing there.
They put like a dot. They're just like, and I'm like, thanks.
Because I feel like it's like just like that, like the hair of the nail,
just the little nail, yeah.
And then like that thing grows up, like there's like nothing there.
Mine is like almost circular, so they just.
Mine's like a line, maybe.
Boop. Like I said, it depends on if it's cut or not. If it's like a cut toenail, then it's like a line. But if it's like not cut and it's like slightly, not like super long, but like a little bit of a nail.
I got no nail.
Then it's like
later.
I'll show you my toes later.
The one toe. I got no nail there.
Oh my god, what was that thing so I told you earlier, my cousin sent me a picture of the book that she was reading. It was by Anna Huang.
Yeah.
And I was reading an Anna Huang book at the same time that she sent me the picture. So I sent her a picture of my Anna Huang book, and I was like, what
was Anna Huang?
It was Anna Huang, and I was like, ooh. And all I thought of was, I sent you my Anna Huang, please reply. But yeah.
I have one other thing I want to say.
Okay.
Because I thought about it today.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember, I forgot what it was called. When you were like in school, the presidential fitness test.
The fitness gram pacer test?
No, just the presidential.
Oh, the one with like the crunches and stuff? Yeah.
Whose idea was that? Because honestly, fuck them.
You want my answer for it? Because I'm pretty sure I know who it was.
Was Miss Obama? Michelle?
I'm 90% sure it was.
Fuck her.
She also took away my chicken nuggets. I'm still upset. To this day, I've been graduated from high school for 8 years. I am still upset to this day that my chicken nuggets were stolen from my school lunches because of Michelle Obama.
Because honestly, as I earlier today, I was like, fuck whoever came up with that. Because like,
I'm 90% sure it was her.
Because my ass, until like 3 months ago, could barely do a push-up.
Mm-hmm. Me too. I have no upper body strength whatsoever.
And I'm just like, to make them kids are they still doing it now? I don't really care.
I don't know. I'm sure they're still doing the pacer test.
But also, fuck a pacer test too.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Especially those kids that went too hard. I'm like, babes, you're the only one.
Yeah, they're like going to like 72.
I'm like,
and they're the only person. And everyone's like sitting there going, oh my god. I'm like, okay, you're done. Like you passed.
I want to be like that. I'm like, fuck you.
It's like, you passed. Good job.
I'm like at like 25. I'm like, I'm good. Yeah. I'm out.
See, I was one of those people when it came to the crunches. I was the overachiever when it came to the crunches. No, I was like, I know how to do the crunch. I know what I'm doing.
You know what? I was like,
and I would do the crunches.
I'm like, what's the minimum I have to do to make it so I pass?
Yeah.
Say less. I go one above that. I'm like, I did it.
You know which one sucked like hardcore besides the pacer and the push-ups? The one where you're sitting on the ground and you're supposed to like hit a certain line.
That was the only one I was good at.
Like that one?
Yeah, that's the only one
I hated that one.
I did.
That one
I got
sucked.
you. I think I got you, fam.
Yeah, that one sucked. Well, you have long arms.
That's the reason why I was good at it.
Like, I don't think your height mattered for it, did it?
I don't know.
I don't think it did. I think it was just, if you're a girl, you had to hit this one, and if you're a boy, you had to hit this one. I have T-Rex arms. T-Rex arms. So when I'm like trying to do the thing, I'm like all the way to here and still not hitting. You
don't even touch the box.
No, I'm touching the box, but like just barely. And then they're like, you gotta push the thing. I'm like, where? I'm like, what? This is me pushing. Like, my legs are longer than my arms are, as a normal person would be. But like, my torso.
You got a short torso.
I have a short torso and longer legs. Even though I'm only 5'2", I have longer legs than a torso. So it's like when I'm trying to do the thing, I'm past my kneecap already. And they're like, you gotta push the thing. I'm like, I did. They're like, And they make you do it 3 times.
Yeah.
And then they choose the longest one.
You do it, and then you go a little bit more.
Yeah.
Go a little bit more.
You like do it, and then they reset, and they go, okay, one more time, and you do it again, and it's like a little bit further, and then like you still didn't hit it. They're like, here, push it back one more time, really go for it. I'm like, I've been.
You're like, Carol, I did.
I'm like, the back of my legs are burning. What do you mean? And the thing is it's not like they train you up for that.
None of them.
It's not like they go, okay, leading up to the presidential fitness thing, leading up to that, we're gonna practice this.
Practice your stretches.
Right, practice your stretches. We're gonna like, you have gym twice a week, and we're gonna be doing this in like a month. So for
but also
that entire month leading up to that, twice a week, we're gonna work on stretching. We're gonna work on like push-ups and stuff like that. Even if you are like super active and participating in gym, if you have no upper body, if you don't train your upper body, if you don't like work on crunches and stuff like that, if you're not doing the fitness grand pacer test like constantly all the time, it doesn't matter how fit you are, you're not gonna pass that test.
Also, in elementary school, we get to do that. Sometimes you're wearing fucking jeans.
Yeah,
my ass sweating.
Like when we had to do the mile run. When you got to do the mile run, and they're like, "Oh, we're gonna take you guys outside. You're gonna do like 6 laps around the field." You run for maybe like not even run, light jog for like the first half of the first lap.
I make it to the end, and I'm like, I'm walking the rest, babes.
And then you're like, I'm just walking, and they time you. I'm like, I'm not training for a 5K run.
I'm like, I ain't going for the Olympics right now, babes. I'm good.
I'm track and field. I'm just walking in a circle, homie. Like, what do you mean? And they're like, when you like start to complete the lap, they're like, come on, guys, hustle. Don't tell me what to do, Carol. Don't tell me what to. No. I'm gonna make my way down there.
I will slowly walk. I ain't doing nothing.
I'm not.
Fuck you.
No. And like the thing, okay. The high school that we went to.
Yeah.
They had like a fitness room.
Yeah.
Like a workout room.
Yeah.
We never used it. We couldn't. We never had time to use it.
Nope.
The only people that used it was the football team.
Yep. We did nothing. Unless you're making up a class, you didn't use it.
Right. And even then, the only time we would use it is if the teacher literally had no plans. And we're like, okay, you know what? We're going to have a free period. You're done. You're actually done. You're done now.
We're good.
But it's like the only time that we used it was when like the gym teacher wanted like a free period.
Basically.
And I'm like, okay, you know what? We're just all going to go into the room and you guys are just going to do whatever.
Just stand around and talk shit.
Literally. Most of the time, it was like a rush to see who could get to the treadmill first.
Yeah.
Because if you got to the treadmill, then you and your friends would just sit there on the treadmill the entire time.
Just walking.
Yeah.
A brisk walk.
Meanwhile, everybody else is like sitting on the machines. Like on their phones.
Yeah.
Like, nobody actually worked out.
No. You know what? Also, my gripe that I didn't even know I had till right now that I thought about it.
Go off.
Fuck the kids that went too hard when it came to like not kickball, but like the mat ball. You get to like run. Mm-hmm. The kids that went, I'm like, babes, this ain't the Olympics. There ain't nobody here to sponsor you. We're good.
I would try. I would try hard.
No, there's those kids that went too hard. I'm like,
yeah. I tried to be one of them. The problem is the guys who went hard were the football players.
Yeah. And
then the girls that went hard were trying to impress the football players. I didn't try to like impress them, but it was like I had a lot of like different friends, like different friend groups. So it was like I knew a lot of the people that were tryhards. So when it was my turn, I was like, well, I can't look stupid. And then I would like miss. Like I'd like crank up, get ready to kick the ball, and my foot would go right over the ball. And then I'm like sitting there, I'm like, all right. And they're like, okay, we're gonna try again. And I was just like, okay. And then it's like I'm like, I got it this time, and I kick it, and it goes into a foul. And I'm like, all right. And they're like, okay.
Third time's a charm.
Third time's a charm. One more time. I'm like, all right, got this. I'm like charged up. I'm like, got this. They like slowly roll it to me.
You're like, she needs this.
Yeah, they like slowly roll it to you because they're like
we're over it.
Yeah, we're over it. We just want like to get to the next person, so they slowly like granny roll it to you. And then I'm like sitting there, I'm like, fuck this shit. And I like dig my toe into the ground and then I like kick it. But when you do that, it like goes like flying straight up.
It was like that.
So everyone's like catching it, and they just catch it as soon as it like goes up, and I'm just like, and they're like, you're out. I'm just like,
all that work for nothing.
Yeah, I'm sitting here hyping myself up. I'm like, got this. I'm like,
you're like, fuck you, Tyler.
Yeah, literally. I'm like, I'm not gonna sit here and be one of those girls that's like, oh my god, don't hit me. No, I'm gonna be a strong woman. Like, miss twice, and then they catch it the third time, and I'm just like, well,
no, I wasn't.
Never mind.
I was the kid in the back who was like trying to be in the back of the line. I didn't want to go.
Yeah, you would let people cut in front of you.
Yeah,
I specifically remember that because we had gym together.
For sure. And they're like, "Oh, wait, who didn't go?" And I'm just like,
"You're just kind of like."
I'm like, I went.
Yeah.
And like in front, I'm like, why? I'm good.
Why? And then it's like coming towards you. You go,
I'm like, somebody catch it, please. I'm like, I want out.
You'd like tap it.
I'm like, I want out. I don't give a fuck.
No.
I still don't.
You were just like, you're like, I'm just gonna tap it. I'm just gonna get it away from me, basically. And meanwhile, I'm like, I got this, and I miss.
No, I didn't even want to be on a team. I'm like, I'm good. You don't need to choose me.
The one thing that we did that I did try to go like super hard at was volleyball.
They say badminton.
We didn't do badminton. If we did, I would have gone hard on it. All right?
I remember badminton. I don't even know what badminton is.
No, badminton's with the shuttlecock. The birdie.
Oh, fuck up with the shuttlecock.
With the shuttlecock. But no, like, I would
also
try
a
to go.
name.
Yeah. Whoever named it, perfect.
I hope it was Michelle Obama.
I don't think so. I think it was out before that. But it was like.
Not my America. Michelle Obama all the way.
Michelle Obama. But
Love
it was
girl.
like I would like sit there and I'm just like, okay, I got this. It's like if I was serving, I fucking that shit.
With that shuttlecock.
No, with the volleyball. Stupid ass.
On the shuttlecock.
I know you were. So I'm sitting there. I'm like, oh, I got this. I like serve
Also,
it and stuff
why
like
is there
that.
no books about people who do badminton? There should be more about them.
I'm sure there are. We just don't read it.
They
You know what? We both looked over and we're like, what is happening? Eat the woes.
Is that a $1 bill blanket or what kind of blanket? It is?
I don't think it's $1. Is it $1? Oh, $1 million.
$1 million.
$1 million. I don't like the texture of it.
I was looking at it for a while. I couldn't tell what it was. I'm like, is it a money or is it not a money?
It is a money. It is not my favorite texture in the world.
It's not the worst.
It's not great either. It is not a great texture. As a textured child, not a great texture.
As a child, I would have hated this. As a grown person, I don't mind it.
As a child, I didn't like it. As a grown person,
still don't like
still don't like it. But I have like a sensory thing. Like, I like touching. Okay. I like touching things, and when it
little shuttlecock.
Yeah. And when it's not like a texture, I don't like it.
So long.
You're just on the shuttlecock, huh?
Yeah.
Shuttlecock.
It's a great word.
It is.
Little shuttlecock.
Shuttlecock. On that note.
You don't want to talk about shuttlecocks anymore? We honestly somebody please drop a title about badminton.
Yeah, if there's a book
about badminton.
About badminton.
Or like a good old chapter book.
Yeah. Go ahead and drop it in the comments and I will get it over to you.
Yeah, because I want to read it.
Cool.
It's like I'm not gonna read it. I'll see if it's on
I'll
Audible or
just
not.
skim it. I'll just skim read it. On that note, thank you so much for listening. If you made it through, go ahead and hit that like and that subscribe, and maybe drop a follow and comment how you feel about the presidential fitness thing.
Oh, I think say about badminton.
And badminton. Go ahead.
And your thoughts on the word shuttlecock.
Your thoughts on the word
And
shuttlecock.
also, how do you think you spell it?
Oh my god. All right. On that note,
Do you think it's C-O-C-K or C-O-C-K?
don't forget to follow us on X at Handle It Better with an underscore at the end. And we'll see you next time.
We'll never know now.
Bye.
Bye.